Alright, students, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, good evening everyone. Fine. I hope you're fine. By the way, myself Shabnam from the Code Ark. Okay, wishing you a warm welcome at day 36 of our full stack web development series. Would be glad if you could acknowledge to us in the chat section, audibility, visibility, all clear to go ahead. Okay, shall keep waiting for your feedback. Okay. The way we always start as usual, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned yesterday. That was day 35 of our bootcamp. It was a small light that we had, I can say, we had thrown for the jQuery. We were talking about the jQuery methods and events. All clear. Okay, fine. Okay, good evening, Rajat. Thank you. So this is yesterday's code yet open. Fine. So if I could open the same program of yesterday's in a web page. Okay, I think these were some buttons we had created. So if I click here, it adds something before or after. If I click here, okay. If I click here, something could happen. And if I bring my mouse on welcome, okay, or on enjoy, okay, maybe I have removed those effects. Okay, fine. This is on focus, on blur and all. Right, so I want to say this was something that we had coded yesterday. Let's quickly go through what we had learnt or what we had coded. These were our piece of written codes. Correct. We were talking about HTML function that returns the content of a tag with markup. Text function that returns or sets content to the tag without markup. Before function that adds content to the specified tag before its original content. Similarly, like before, we have something called as after, so it will add the content after the particular content. For example, if it is five people, so the timing is 5. Okay, and the clock is in 12-hour format. Now, depending on some condition, I am going to write something after, that is either AM or PM. Is that okay? So this is something going to be added in the end, after and not before. Is that okay? Fine. Alright. Then there is something called as a CSS, which can either return the CSS property of the tag or sets the CSS some new property to the tag. These all are jQuery methods, right? Similarly, prepend and insert after any particular tag. Correct. Say if you want to insert after some other tag, maybe for that. Okay. Similarly, we have append as opposite to prepend. Okay. We had also used these methods remove, which entirely removes the tag if you click on some button or some link or some paragraph. Alright, it's going to clear. Good evening, my friend. Good evening, everyone. Okay, then we were talking about empty. It does not remove a tag but delete the content of the tag. आप प्रैक्टिस करते हो ना स्टूडेंट्स, बच्चों आप घर पे प्रैक्टिस करते हो, राइट? I would like to remind you one more time, attending class and watching like a movie is not at all enough, in fact. That's the reason right from day one I have always suggested you, guided you, please attend the classes with notebooks and pens that forces you to write something. The way we watch any web series or any movie on a mobile phone or laptop, ऐसे नहीं attend करना classes, proper responsibility के साथ करिए. And even after the class, please try to give hands-on on the piece of code. Okay. ठीक है. Clone, this is a kind of copy and paste. A convenient method to duplicate the element. So copy the content of one element and paste into some other element. Is that okay? Say bill amount I want to paste everywhere. Or who is logged in? Maybe every website, majority of the account protected website shows you on the top right. Maybe this content I want to show on each and every page. So I may want to duplicate the content of one tag on every page. Okay, let me know if you want me to slow down. This is a recap, that's the reason I'm faster. क्या एग्जाम्पल दिया आपको एक और क्लोनिंग का? What one more example of cloning I gave you? Say some websites, for example, say Amazon, or maybe say Uber, or maybe say Zomato. Every time I log in on each page of the app or on of the website, they tell me welcome Shabnam, welcome Shabnam, welcome Shabnam, or welcome Codark, something like that. Okay, so every time I will not keep extracting the name of the person or ID of the person who is logged in. Maybe once extracted, set it as content of paragraph or div. I'll copy the content, clone it, and paste on every other page. Is that okay? Fine. Alright, so that was cloning. Then we started talking about events. Although I told you there were many more classes to discuss, I ignored them because they were of least importance. Okay, some events were like bind, in case if you want to bind one or more than one event to some tag. For example, if I write click or if I write dbl click, okay, that means you can give a space and you can bind as many events as you want with this tag. Mouse enter, mouse out. So whichever of these event happens, this function will be called. Correct? This particular function will be called. That's how the bind works. Okay. Similarly, we have unbind also. Like you don't want a tag or you don't want a particular control on the screen to respond anymore. Okay, said there are total 10 pages and we have pagination. Just example I'm giving you, we have pagination. But when you reach the 10th page, remember na pagination, breadcrumbs. Practice karte ho na aap ghar pe, pagination, breadcrumbs people. Okay, now suppose when I have reached the last page, so that should be disabled. You understood? So maybe the click event I want to unbind from the 10th page. You understood? Because you're already on that page, I want to unbind that click event from the 10th page if you're already on the 10th page. Okay, any particular event. यहाँ पर मैंने unbind कर दिया mouse over event. Any event if you want to steal out or steal away. So that is how unbind works. Correct? Fine. We had also discussed yesterday about blur. Blur is when a control loses the focus. Okay, people blur, focus. These are form events. Okay, ये सब form के event होते हैं. Because input box, all those control where we accept input, they have events like blur and focus. Hi guys, are you understanding what am I talking? All those control on the web page or on the document from where we take input from the user, ये events उनसे associated होते हैं like blur or like focus and so on. Right? So if an input box is getting a focus, it's a focus event. If you leave the particular text box and go to some other text box, that means it's a blur event. Yes, Navin, we are going to do them. Okay, I will tell you in the end today what is remaining in JavaScript plus what you should know in full stack about JavaScript. Okay, in fact I've kept the document also ready. Okay, ये पूरा document भी मैंने ready रखा है. Let's see how fast we can complete and I can reach up until here or not. Okay, here I'm talking about E6. यहाँ पर मैं वो सब की बात कर रही हूँ like arrow functions and all which you are talking. Okay, yeah, we may not be able to deal with each and every feature of ES6. Okay, like array map and all, but what we aren't talking in JavaScript, we are going to cover up in Python. You understood? एक ही बात है, एक particular feature आप किसी एक language में सीखते हो, you can of course definitely master it in some other language. Is that okay? Fine. Alright, arrow functions, most probably we are going to deal with it tomorrow or maybe if time permit today itself. Chaliye, fine. So this was about jQuery, blur, jQuery focus. Alright, let me talk about the change event, people. Let me talk about the change event. Since we are not going to deal with jQuery any more further after today. आज के बाद हम jQuery की बात कभी भी नहीं करेंगे. In fact, you will many a times find me suggesting don't use jQuery. What happens, now you don't have the idea of API. Understood? Programming interfaces, applications and all. Once you start learning API, you will realize jQuery comes with a, it loads the page with API. A lot of web APIs, it loads the page, makes the performance poorer sometimes, right? So better we have a good replacements of jQuery. Instead, we'll prefer to use that, but we need to still have the knowledge of jQuery in order to understand other frameworks. I hope you got my point. Yes, my friend, map feature is available. Map feature is available. Arrow functions not. It's a map feature. Filter is available. Map is available. Closures are available. Arrow function is not available in Python. So with about arrow, we'll be talking here in JavaScript only. Alright, Python we have coverage extensive. Huge coverage of Python. Take it. Talking about the change event. This is an event, right? First. So here we go. This is the same program of yesterday. I continue. Same program. Let me make one option box, that is select. Okay, select. ID is equals to, say this is a list box of different flowers, and the name is equals to flower box. Okay, select ends. Hoping you understand. If you have remembered, look, this example I had given you yesterday. Okay, and I showed you one box, let me say, which had this particular menu items like idli and pav bhaji and so on. Is that okay? Fine. So coding the same thing. So this is option. Okay, let me say rose. Okay, lotus, lily, and marigold. Okay, and marigold. Okay, fine. I save this. I come here out and let me see. Okay, it is shown to me. Okay, this is shown. And if you want to say by default, keep marigold selected or lily selected. Okay, you just have to write here an option attribute called as selected. ऐसे लिखना होता है आपको. Selected is equals to selected, like it. Selected is equals to selected. So you see, lily is by default selected, correct? Yeah, lily is by default selected. ठीक है. I create one paragraph somewhere. Let me say this is my paragraph, or it could be label also. Label लिए लेंगे आप तो भी चलेगा. This is my paragraph. Let me give some ID to the paragraph as, say, p new, paragraph new. Paragraph has no text and it ends. ठीक है? Fine. Okay. Let's come here. People. We are inside document.ready. Correct? याद होगा आपको? Okay, selector document with event ready started from here. That means when the document is loaded and it is ending here. Correct? Inside this, let me write the code. Okay. Hashtag select the element whose ID is flowers. Flower ही दिया था ना नीचे. Let's check once. Yes, flower. Okay. Select the element whose ID is flower and handle the event that is changed. Means if anything is changed inside. I want to show the currently selected value, people. Okay. So let me say function, anonymous function has been called here. That's the greatness of this anonymous function, people. Immediately calling. Okay. Immediately executing when the function has been defined. क्या करना है आपको? Call the paragraph. Which paragraph? The one whose ID is p new, and text of that paragraph should be whatever is the select box value, right? So let me use the selector again. Hashtag flowers means what is the problem? Okay. Dot one. Somewhere. Alright, this is my mistake. Okay, because this is not a string, right? It's going to display the value. That's the reason you cannot enclose it in a string. I hope you understood, friends. Error क्या होता है, गलती क्या होती है, सब minutely observe करने का. For example, if I write like this, hello. So that means what? Every time anything is changed in flower, it is going to display hello only. Check. So from Lily, Rose, it is displaying hello. So something gets changed here. Rose, hello. Again, Marigold, so it is displaying hello, but I don't want to display static message hello every time. I said I don't want to display the static message hello. I want to display what has been selected. जैसे कल example दिया था मैंने आपको. I go to Zomato, I select item 1, I select item 2, out of breakfast item 3. So maybe these 3 items get selected in the cart. So this is how the selection I'm talking. Assuming, say the selection there is in the form of drop down list. Assuming. Is that okay? Fine. So display what was selected. अभी हमको कैसा पता चलेगा भाई क्या selected है? Value. Call the selector. The one whose ID is flowers dot val. What is val? Val is an event? No. Val is a method who returns the value. Correct? Remember, form controls have values. Am I right? Ordinary tag has a text, like paragraph, division, they have text. But if you talk about checkbox, you talk about radio buttons, you talk about input box, these all have values. Okay, can someone acknowledge what did I say? Did you understood? I would be grateful to you in case if you do that. मैंने क्या बोला आपको अभी? Value कब use करने का और text कब use करने का? You see, here I am using text because this function is applicable to paragraph. You cannot use value here. Value is applicable only to form control. Value is applicable only to form control. Is that okay? Yes, Naveen. In fact, many people do. I don't prefer to do that. And I usually get irritated with that alignment. Jabke this is my nature of programming. But I won't suggest you to do that. It's good that you keep it aligned. You understood? It's good. See what Naveen is asking. Like people use prettier extension, which keeps the things aligned. It irritates me because like I have come up with too much coding from Notepad and C, C++, especially Java. So I prefer this kind of format which is not aligned. Is that okay? Alignment really matters when it is Python. Okay, so if it is not indented, if it is not aligned, it's okay. जब तक output आ रहा है तब तक सब चलता है. Alright, हाँ, keeping it aligned, properly indented one below another, that is actually a little neat coding. Is that okay? ठीक है? I hope I answered your question. Alright, thank you everyone who acknowledged here. ठीक है? So this is how you have to make difference between when to use value function and when to use the text function. So let me save this. Let me come here. From instead of Lily, I select Rose. Okay, so this is Rose. Is that okay? Ignore that. वो focus या blur का कुछ event होगा. ये कल वाला event था, right? So again, if I select not Rose, I select Marigold. So Marigold is here. Again, I select Lotus. Lotus is here. Hoping you understand. Is that concept clear to you, all of us? Right? This is how we have learned the change function. Clear? People, similarly, time might not suffice. इतना सब हम शायद पूरा 1 घंटे में ना कोड कर सके, but you try please. See, these are key up, key down events. Okay, now these events are very special events. क्या बोला मैंने आपको ऊपर? क्या बोला था अभी ऊपर? Blur, focus, these are form events. Okay, key up, key down, these are keyboard events. There are many more. Key press भी आता है. Key up, key down, key pressed. Key pressed is combination of both up and down. So these are called as keyboard events. Okay, then we have mouse up, we have mouse down, we have mouse leave, we have mouse enter, we have mouse hover. These are all mouse events. याद रखिए प्लीज, इवेंट हैंडलिंग हमको जावास्क्रिप्ट खत्म होने के बाद आना चाहिए. एटलीस्ट हु आर द इवेंट्स वी शुड बी एबल टू जज एंड अंडरस्टैंड. Alright, fine. Then there are something called as open, close, or at least load and unload. Okay, these are all the window events, or you can call them as document events. Okay, document. We're soon going to study DOM today, etc. Is that okay? Fine. So now we are learning some of the keyboard events like key up and key down. Okay, let me do the face off with you. Key up, key down means what? When you press the key from the keyboard. For example, I press J. Just यहाँ पर look in the comment I'm writing here J. So to type J, I first have to press the key J. So J is type. But type होने के बाद में when I leave J, that is called as key up. Is that okay? Key up. And key press is combination of both key down plus key up. To type we have to press the key and leave it, right? Again, to type something we have to press the key and leave it. These all events we get rid of when you come to mobile phone, because here everything is a touch screen, people. You understood? यहाँ पर आगे जाकर in case if we go for some Android app development kind of series, maybe we'll end up talking more about it there. But I gave you one idea to think upon. This is how we are using the keyboard here. Alright, so key down and key up. Key down is when you press, key up when you release the press key. छोड़ देने का. Press button को जब हम छोड़ देते, that is called as key up. Is that okay? All of us, for example, if I start typing something on Google, देखते जाइए. I come here, I start typing something here. Let me talk about, say, something like this. Diwali 2023. Okay, now what happens, see, the moment I start typing Diwali, see, that means the key down and it is automatically showing me some suggestions. Am I right? So that means the key down event or the key press event has been responded here. Is that okay? That means the moment key is down, check the first letter, check the second letter and start giving the auto suggestions. Alright, fine. So the same thing, let's take a text box here. Let's take a text box here. Okay, if you don't mind, can I use this second text box? Okay, इसे break दे देते हैं. Break. I write some label also here. Oh, okay, or in fact not writing label also, just write enter your name. Check how it works. Okay, so enter your name. Okay, now the moment I keep the focus inside this text box and start typing my name, the background color should turn into some light beige or pink or something like that. How will you do that? Come on. जैसे वो type करने के लिए key down करेगा, the color of the background color of the text box should change, indicating this is the current text box. So quick, hurry up. So this is hashtag T2. Okay, means inside this T2, if key is down, see, automatically it is giving me the suggestion key down. So what to do? Come on, create and call the anonymous function. Create and call the anonymous function, which will change the background color of this text box to green. Okay, which will change the background, and any color you take, I take it as change the background color of this text box. Which text box? T2. Let me use CSS function here. Okay, background color. Okay, maybe something like green or light blue, etc. Alright, fine. Okay, so if I could come here and see this, I come inside. No, nothing happened. Why? Because you have not yet pressed any key from the keyboard. Green क्यों नहीं हुआ? That is key down. So the moment I press the key, you see it is green. Okay, it is green here. So similarly, if I wanted this green thing to happen, not on key down but on key up, ध्यान से देखिए people. I am pressing S. It is not green because it will happen green only if I leave this, right? Key up पे बोला है ना आपने. So only if I leave this. So the moment I leave the key, it is key up event occurred or triggered, and the color changed back to green. Is that okay? All of us. Fine. So similarly, you can try what is key press. That means both. Okay. So immediately I type D, it is green. Key up and key down both. Is that alright? Fine. Okay. Okay. Since no question about this in the chat section, I consider key up, key down understood. Okay. Key up, key down has been understood. Okay. Fine. Similarly, you have mouse enter and mouse out. Okay. Say let me add. Let me just add here. In the text box 1, mouse enter. If I enter my mouse, change the background color of this to green. Let me see. Is that okay? That means I have not even clicked, guys. मैंने click तक नहीं किया. I just made my mouse to enter inside and it is green. What will happen now? अभी क्या होगा? See, I just changed the text box here. That means if I enter in the text box 1, the text box 2 should change the color. Right? Not any click. Understood? Click के लिए हम लिखते हैं mouse down. You understand? Mouse down, people. Try to understand. This is just entering the mouse. So if I just enter into the first text box, खाली enter होने पर भी text box 2 का background color I want it to become green. Let's check. It's happening or not? Okay, is that clear? I'm in text box 1, but text box 2 has become green. Right. So similarly, instead of mouse enter, if I use the event called as mouse leave, what does that mean? If I leave the first text box, the other one should become green. Okay. So I'm here. So that means I'm out now, correct? Again, check again. I'm inside. I'm inside the first text box. You could see my cursor here. I'm inside. The moment I go out, the other text box is becoming green. Alright, understood. Fine. Acha. You can use mouse hover, only hover. That means it works for both input function and an output function. Hover. What does that mean? See, if the paragraph is hovered upon, instead of paragraph, I will be taking text box. Okay, यहाँ पर याद रखिए, people, hover takes as input to anonymous function. Okay, hover, because hover means what? Remember, like toggle. So what if the mouse is in, and what to do if the mouse is out? That is how hover works. So let's see. Let me get rid of this. Okay, let me get rid of this. So select the tag whose ID is T2 or T1, whatever. Okay, say hover. Okay, now you are actually going to define two functions inside, one for mouse in, one for mouse out. So function, this is the first one. I'm just writing the prototype first, the structure here first. And this is going to be the next function. Okay, fine. So inside the first function, we say the text box T1. Your choice, you want to write T2 because CSS should be background color green. This line, if you don't mind, I keep it copied. Whereas other argument may I write background color should be same. Okay, green and blue. So this is how we define hover. It takes two arguments, both as an anonymous function. Is that okay? All of us here. Let's see it works or not. It works or not. Fine. So 1. Alright. Okay. All of us here. Fine. It isn't working on my input box, so I made it to work on the paragraph. Alright, so you can consider this way that it doesn't work on any HTML control. I mean, it's a form control, but definitely the tags like paragraph and division. Static tags, people see. So I hover, bring the mouse here and I leave it. Bring it and I leave it. Bring it, it's toggling between the two effects, right? This is toggling between the two effects because you could see here, hover is added upon paragraph whose ID is P new. Okay, so when I bring my mouse in, the color should be green. If I bring my mouse out, the color should be blue. Okay, that's what it is happening. Okay, so say it is rose. Okay, 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 and okay. This is no clicks working anywhere. This is exclusively hovering happening. Okay, I'm not clicking. Guys, one more time to remind you. I hope you got my point. Yes, my friend, if it is working well, then maybe I have to change the browser and check. Okay. Shreya's telling it's working for him. Good that you have acknowledged to us. Okay, I think I need to change the code as well. This is T2. This is T2. This is T2. Okay, fine, good. That means the problem with me was my browser. Okay, thank you Shreyas for that. So it's working for me as well. Okay, I just changed from my Edge to Chrome. Okay, it's working now also. Alright, I don't know. Maybe I didn't save or didn't refresh it thoroughly. Anyways, कोई बात नहीं, हमको दोनों चीज पर experiment करने मिल गया. Even on the paragraph, even on the text box. Is it okay? This is hovering. This is hovering. Good. Good to know that you're working along with me. Nice. Okay, thank you for that. All of us, I hope you understand what was the problem happening and then how Shiraz corrected us. He says no, even it's working on the form control as well. And now when I check, yes, it's working on the form control. Okay, all of us here, fine. Okay, right. So similarly, you please even check for mouse up, mouse down. This is for clicks, people. Okay, mouse up and mouse down. Okay, for click, that is mouse to click. When you say mouse up, to release the click, it is called as mouse. To click, it says mouse down, and to release the click, it says mouse up. All right, fine. Okay. ठीक है. I just wanted to say you that. Fine, people. What about that project which I asked you to do? Did you start working upon it? That snake game. Okay, you will need a lot of actions over there, events over there, like key down, key up, left arrow, right arrow. Okay, you will also have to search something from internet, some other sources, like some other, how to make a canvas, how to plot that particular rectangle. So please give it a try. Thoda try kariye. All that you have to do in that project is event handling. Like down arrow पे click किया तो क्या करना है, up arrow पे click किया तो क्या करना है. Is that okay? Fine. Take it as a work to be done for this coming weekend when we have the 2 days holiday. Is that fine? All of us here. ठीक है. Okay. These are not the only for events of JavaScript, or let me say jQuery event. There are much more events to talk about people. But I can say we will conclude here that this will help us in majority of the coding, right? आपको इतना good, people have started the project good. Please, it will take time. It can't happen in 1 hour or 2 hours. Think logically. I would like to remind you, as I told you, gaming makes us better logical thinker. The more you focus on gaming, it makes you the more logical thinker. Logic और great होता जाता है. Alright, all of us here, fine. This was my point. Okay, so let us quickly put down together all those events which we studied. We started from click. We started bind. We studied unbind. We studied focus. We studied blur. These are the form events. Key up, key down. These are the keyboard events. Mouse enter, mouse leave, or maybe mouse up, mouse down, or maybe hover. These are all the mouse events. Okay, that's it. Even if you know some keyboard events, you know some mouse event, you know some form event, that's enough for us to like you are ready to start working on a mini project. Is that all right? All of us here. Fine. Okay, now rest time of the class, we are dealing with a little simple topic. The simple because we don't have a hard and fast coding there. ज़्यादा coding नहीं है. Called as where's my word file? Okay, BOM and DOM. Okay, BOM, browser object model, and the document object model. I would like to tell you that document object model, in fact, it comes inside the browser object model only. How, why, what does that mean? Relax. Let's start one by one. Okay, first of all, BOM in JavaScript is used to interact with the browser. Is that okay? This is what is BOM known for, used for. Okay, BOM. This model in JavaScript, it is used to interact with the browser. For example, I'm interacting here in my Edge. Okay, now the window in which this page is open, that's called as a BOM object. You understood? Ye window, people. Because JavaScript needs these buttons also. Try to understand. Close button, the web page. हम जो डिजाइन कर रहे हैं वो सिर्फ body है, or maybe the head part for meta information. But the document even needs some this kind of say. See, this is close. Am I right? So this is minimize, this is maximize, and this is again a close button. Close window or close tab. Am I right? So to make web page load and work, you actually need the support of the browser. That's the reason JavaScript comes up with a package called as BOM. Is that okay? Fine. Alright. So inside BOM, you will have a different object like window. Window is a browser object, people. Yaad rakhiye, it's not a JavaScript object. What does that mean? Who will explain me? I'll repeat the point again. Window is a browser object. ये JavaScript का object नहीं होता है. जैसे कि ये सब functions जो हमने use किया like alert or maybe prompt, set timeout. Remember timeout or time interval, that date program, dynamic clock. You understood? The real time clock which we had made, digital clock on the web page, we had used set timeout function there. But all these functions are defined in the class or by the object window. Right? तो हम जब alert लिखते हैं, it actually writes like this behind. 1 minute. Okay, when you write like this, alert, ignore that case sensitivity, yeah, because I'm typing in Word, that's why. Okay, hello, something like that. But behind the screen, it is never alert. It is window.alert. Means alert box is to be shown on the window, correct? All my friends who are attending here, alert box is to be shown on the window. It is not shown anywhere on the body of the page. यही काम अगर आपने ऐसा लिखा होता तो document.write hello, where the output will come on the body of the page, correct? Try this. Come on, try this. See, there is a button here. Come on, this is a button here. ID of the button is B6 and I call it as BOM. Alright. All of us fine. Acha, you can use event handler also. If you don't want to use jQuery, can I do that? Thoda sa revise bhi ho jayega. Okay, so there is a function here in the script tag. Function. Set display. Okay, what this function is doing, it just write alert hello. Okay, and this function I want to call here. So how do I do that? So I simply say on click display, na? Yeah, display. Let's see it works or not. So when I come here and I say BOM, right? So but where this alert box is displayed, guys, it's a window object. This is not displayed anywhere on the web page or on the body of the page. Let me say this has been displayed by your window. Is that okay? And similarly, if I write like this, Instead of hello, I say document dot write hello. Okay, so what happens this time? Okay, say like this. Okay. Okay, so this content is displayed on the body of the page, correct? That is on the document. So remember always, alert box, this is a window object and not a JavaScript object. ये आपको विंडो बताता है. ऐसे मोबाइल फोन में भी ऐसे ही होता है पीपल. These are always your Windows object है. A notification box, alert box. There is one more kind of notification that your Android provides you or any other phone provide you maybe. Kind of beep sound. Alright. So these are the different types of notification which are the Windows object. Correct? Similarly, a confirm box comes. Prompt box. We have used prompt box. Then there is an open function also. आप लिखते हैं open but it actually is a window function. It writes window.open. Can I do that? See. Let me comment these. And if I come here and I say open, but वो पीछे add करेगा window.open. Open is a function. It opens any URL. So let me say www.google.com. Okay, so when this button is clicked, open google.com. It opens in a new window. Check. I click on BOM. Oh, so it's opening Google here. Am I right? You check with other links also. Similarly, like Google people. I'm sorry, like open, you will also have a close, which will close some window. Okay, it could be the page from internet. It could be any page which is running on the local server. Is that fine? Right, so these all are the window object. Window किसको बोला है आपने यहाँ पे? Please come back. Window is this browser window, the window under which this page is open. ये window है. Okay, this window has come with its own facility. I mean, like I go to the hotel and I book a room. So this room comes with its own facilities inside. Am I right? I have a nice cupboard, I have a nice mirror, I have a good wash basin, and so many other facilities there. Concept clear. Fine. Okay, so this is all about the browser object model window. इतना time हमने यहाँ पर इस बात पर दिया that window is a browser object. Window is not a JavaScript object. Okay, like window, BOM browser also has another object called as history. It represents an array of URL visited by the user. But for example, if I write like this, say history dot back. See what happens? I come here, I click on BOM. Okay, in case if it doesn't work, try to change the browser and check. Okay, I click on BOM. Okay, that means the last link which you have opened in history was a Google. You understood? पिछली link, that is history people. आप जो links visit करते हो, the URLs are stored in the history. Is it okay? Fine. When we go to Python, Django, I'll teach you a lot about cookies, session management, session storage, history, logs. That we'll learn more about this. Alright, this is not the right time because you haven't yet gained that much of knowledge to talk about. Okay, so that is history. Like history.back, you can also try history.forward. Okay, एक आगे का page URL में. For example, I went to Google, I went to Facebook, उसके बाद में I went to Insta, I went to YouTube. Alright, तो अभी इसके आगे के दो पेज कौन से थे, पीछे के दो पेज कौन सा था, आगे पीछे का etc. Right? If you write like this, go -2, that means second last page which I visited. -20, 20th last page that I had visited. Right? So even if you write, 1 minute please, where am I here? Alright, even if you write just forward or just back or just go, it automatically attaches history behind it. Okay, so these are all BOM objects people. ये सब BOM में आते हैं. These are all browser object model. Try to understand. History again not JavaScript, a BOM object. Getting it? Fine. Similarly, we have a screen object that comes under BOM section. Screen is again a browser object. It's not a Windows object, or let me say document. HTML का JavaScript का object नहीं है. Okay, say you want to know the width of the screen, you want to know the height of the screen. Depending upon width and height, we can get an idea of the resolution. And once I get an idea of the resolution, I can decide how much content I should keep compact on the page. कितना content compact रखना है, कितना content scroll के लिए देना है. So that is called as get the width and get the height of the screen. Is that okay? All of us. So if I write here screen.width, people screen.width. Okay, just writing screen.width. Coming here. Okay. What happened? Isn't working. Okay, let me change the browser and check if it isn't working. Screen.width, screen.height. It should work. I might be doing some mistake somewhere. It should work. Okay, let me check available width and available height. Available height. I hope I'm clicking the correct button, right? 6. Everything is right. I need to check what's wrong. No, this function correctly works. Say color depth or pixel depth. Okay, let me call this function color depth. Okay. Again, last time, if it works well. If it doesn't, I'll keep it troubleshooted so that I can show you tomorrow. Is that fine? We'll not waste the lecture time here. Okay, anyways, fine. Let me see what's brought this problem with my code here, or maybe sometime it happens you just have to restart the port. Let me do that. 1 minute. It will take hardly a minute of time, not more than that. Start day 35. .html at port 800 Okay, it is still not working. Anyways, fine. There is nothing wrong in the syntax. I need to check something with my browser settings and all. Is that fine? It simply returns the width of the screen, height of the... If anybody is working here with me and it's working for them, you have to alert me, like the way Shreyas did it last time. In fact, it would be good that at least 3 to 4 of you always keep working along with me. Okay, fine. It returns with the color depth. Color depth means the number of pixel or the number of bit a particular color is used to represent. Right? My intersections width, height, where it will display result. Yes, it will display result on a new page. Okay, it will display. Is it happening with you? It is going to display result on a new page. नया page पे result display करता है. Okay, that means the previous page is gone and the result comes on a new page. Fine. Okay, let me not waste the time troubleshooting here during the class. I'll keep this troubleshooted and show you the output tomorrow. I hope that works. Clear? Fine. Alright, so so wrong. I think these are the properties and we are using the round brackets in the end. People, this object has no methods. Okay, this is my mistake. Come on, I figured it out. These are all the properties. These are not the methods. Only if it's a method we can add opening closing round bracket. Are you understanding that? So let's quickly do that, please. Let's quickly do it. So let me write it this way. Document dot write screen dot color depth or screen dot width first. Okay, screen dot width. So when I come here and I click this, okay, alright, so this is how it shows. Okay, my friend, you can try it right now. See, this is how it shows. Okay, 1366 pixel, that is the screen width. And if I try to display the screen height, save this, let me open it with the live server. I don't need it. This was not required. What I was trying to do, this was not required. I was under the impression I have some other mistake. No, that's a property, it's not a method. Okay. So again, this is something heights 1366 by 768. So that means conclusion ये बनता है जिस स्क्रीन पे हम प्रोग्राम रन कर रहे हैं उसका रेजोल्यूशन इज 1366 by 768. Hoping you are understanding. Clear? Fine. Alright. People, the most important thing that we are discussing at the end of the class today, that is, people, that is DOM. Document Object Model. Okay. Now remember, what is a document? All our ears, eyes open. Try to understand. When HTML page is loaded in the browser, it is called as a document object. All my friends understood. This is my way of defining a document. Document किसको बोलते हैं हम JavaScript में? Okay. When HTML page is loaded in the browser, it's no more an HTML program. It's no more an HTML program. It is called as a document. Right? Document, this is a JavaScript object. This is not a browser object. Try to understand. Alright, हाँ, but आप जब लिखते हो document, तो definitely पीछे ऐसे लिखता है window.document. Are you understanding the hierarchy? Are you understanding the hierarchy, people? See, this is how it writes. Window is on the top. That's the root node. Window has so many, let me say, objects. Screen is an object of window. Location is an object of window. Document is an object. इसमें से हमने दो तीन जो देखा वो ये था history. We saw screen. We are looking forward to documenting. Okay. Navigator is a document of element of window. Object of window, people. ये सब window के objects है. So when you write history, it actually writes window.history. When you write screen, it actually writes window.screen. तो सबसे पहला top descending order से चाहिए ऊपर से नीचे. The largest of all, the big brother of everyone. You understand him? Godfather. The big brother of everyone is the window. उसने हमको जगह दिया ना to be loaded and executed. वो browser की window, the Godfather. Alright. Inside the window we have document. Although we have many more things, this is document. And document can have body. That is the tag, people. Body tag. Document have frames. Remember, document have links, anchor. Documents have style sheet. Documents have scripts. Documents have images. Documents have many more things like paragraph. Document can have div, division. What else we can say? Document have table. Table in turn has tr. tr in turn has td. So this full structure is called as a DOM. DOM model. देखिए एक एग्जांपल इसका ऐसे ले लो. Like a window. Window has document. Out of many things on the document, there is one thing called as here table. Inside table, there is a tr. Inside tr, suppose there are tds. So this is td. This is td. Okay, so this is called as DOM, people. ये अपना DOM model बनता है. Alright, now when we talk about JavaScript, take this point as a key takeaway of the lecture today. Everybody, आज की key है वो jQuery नहीं भी समझता है, नहीं आता है, छोड़ देना उसको. We have options better than jQuery available ahead. Alright, but I won't tell you छोड़ देना. I will ask you rather to keep practicing until and unless we reach there, हम जब तक वहां तक पहुंचते रहिए, आप प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए, ये समझते हुए कि यही अकेला ऑप्शन आपको आता है. Got it? All of us people, the key takeaway of the lecture today, this point, JavaScript का one of the main use is DOM manipulation. Okay, people, this is DOM manipulation. Okay, now what do you mean by DOM manipulation? You know, we are doing DOM manipulation right from day one of JavaScript, boys and girls. ये काम तो हम day one से कर रहे हैं, but हमको अब तक पता नहीं था कि इसको DOM manipulation बोलते हैं. You understood? We were doing it unknowingly, but we never knew this is called as DOM manipulation. For example, window has document, that's an HTML page. This page has a form, and this form has one text box. I want to read the property or value of this text box. So how will I reach? आप कोडिंग में टेक्स्ट बॉक्स ऊपर से नीचे टेक्स्ट बॉक्स तक कैसे पहुंचेंगे? कीप दिस मैप people, the way you Google map shows you the map, keep this map in front of you. So window dot document dot form name, people, form का नाम लिखना पड़ता है. You can't write just form name dot text box name dot value. This will return the value stored in the text box. Suppose this is a text box. Okay, let me take directly this one. Okay. This one. Let me take directly this one. What happens? Okay, here we go. This is my text box. Okay, out. And inside this text box I have written the code arc. And how this text box was coded, इसको कोड कैसे किया था हमने, ऐसे कोड किया है, देखते जाइए. Body, inside body there is form, name is equals to registration. Okay, form closes people. Inside form I have a input type is equals to text, id is equals to t1, and input box also closes. Alright, now अभी body के ऊपर हमारे पास यहाँ पे head है. Head में there is script. Okay, script people. How will I get value of what is present in the text box? One way is document.getElement by id. So that is again a method of the document. Document.getElement by id.value. Correct? Other way is where a is equals to. Now DOM. Come on, try the DOM. That is document dot या window dot document. Even if you don't write window, it is okay. It automatically gets appended. So document dot, what is the form name? Registration, na? Registration dot t1 dot value. Are you understanding? Right, so this is called as accessing data from DOM layout. Alright, accessing data from DOM layout. We could have set the data in the DOM layout also using inner HTML and all. Got it? So ये सब बोलते हैं DOM manipulation. Accessing data from the DOM, setting data to the DOM, adding some dynamic content on the DOM. So one of the major use of JavaScript is a DOM manipulation. Alright, fine. Okay, in this word file also I have written different DOM functions. People, different DOM functions like document.write, document.write-ln, document.getElement by id. We have always used getElement by id. Document.getElement by name, getElement by tag name, getElement by class name. Is it okay? That means you can call the element by id also. So here you need to write the id of the element, say t1. Name, for example, if I write the name of the element as paragraph, so all the paragraph tags will be selected. Is it okay? अच्छा sorry, name बोला है ना, name like नीचे मैंने दिया था name as something form name which was registration. Okay, tag name. So if I write here p, all the paragraphs will be selected. div, all the div will be selected. And if I write here class name, so say class 1, the classes will be selected. Hoping you all are understanding. All of us understood. Take care, people. Fine. So this was about DOM, means accessing data through DOM model, or if not accessing, maybe returning data to the DOM. So major purpose of JavaScript, one of the major purpose of JavaScript is to manipulate the DOM. Accessing and setting. Accessing and setting. Is that clear? Friends, okay, fine. Before I could send you the attendance link, one small thing. What we are going to do today? I'm sorry, tomorrow. कल क्या करने वाले हैं हम? Okay, people, JavaScript promises. This is what you're going to do for tomorrow. Tomorrow, that is Thursday. Okay, 9th November. Okay, this is almost going to be the second last lecture of JavaScript tomorrow. Okay, second last or maybe last, maybe Friday I'll be using to put up the things together. Okay, so JavaScript promises. Then what is async and wait? That means asynchronous JavaScript. Okay, this is called as asynchronous JavaScript. Alright, then we'll be learning tomorrow what are arrow functions. And I actually wanted to talk about event handler today, but time doesn't permit. We'll talk about event handler tomorrow. Is that fine? This is again tomorrow. This is also called as event handling. Alright, all of us understanding fine? This something that comes in ES6. That is one of the latest library added to JavaScript. I hope you got my point. All of us fine? Let's have a quick recap of what we have learned today. We started with the different events. Let me send the attendance link so that people who want can go ahead. Okay, all of us here, fine. Okay, so we started with this. People, change function we started with. Okay, change function you try with many more, like radio buttons. I tried with select box, right? You try with radio buttons. You try with check boxes. Like checkbox on off होता है. On हुआ तो that should be displayed which option selected. Off हुआ that option should be discarded. Okay, fine. Then we went ahead to understand some of the keyboard events like key up, key down and key press. Is that okay? No, Navin. This Saturday people will be busy for Diwali celebration if I'm not wrong. So I'll take extra class, but maybe not on Saturday. Is that okay? At least this Saturday. Okay, we can plan somewhere after next to next Saturday. We'll definitely do that. It's in my mind also. Okay. So key up, key down done. Then we were talking about mouse enter and mouse out. We were talking about hover. Is that fine? That is a combination of both mouse hover and mouse out. Enter and out. Okay. Then we were talking about down and up. I think that I asked you to do it. Fine. Okay. And then we started talking about the, let me say, BOM and DOM models. Correct? Fine. Browser object model. Browser is at the top. Under browser comes document, and inside document comes each and every HTML elements. I hope you got the point. Okay, friends, please keep practicing, keep coding. You know that proverb literally fits to us: eat, sleep, code, and repeat. If you really want to be a good full stack developer. Alright, keep practicing hard and please start that snake wala game right from the day to day. थोड़ा code करते जाइए. Don't take all the coding at once. Okay, let's see what you can do it. I hope you understand. Right? Goodbye. Take care, everyone.